Sacktown Marketing Mavericks with your host, Zach Henderson, delivering smart, high-impact marketing wins for Sacramento businesses.
Welcome to Sacktown Marketing Mavericks. I'm Zach Henderson. Let's kick off our new series, Search Hijack. In the Hunger Games, only a few tributes survive. Not because they're the nicest, not because they've been around the longest, but because they've adapted, armed themselves, and outperformed everyone else. Right now, in Sacramento's local search arena, the same thing is happening. But instead of arrows and snares, the fight is for a place in Google's AI Overviews and ChatGPT's answers. If your business, whether you're a personal injury lawyer, a dentist, or an accountant, isn't getting picked when these AI tools answer questions, you're invisible. Your calls, your leads, and your customers are going to someone else. Here's the goal for today. I'll show you how Google's AI overviews and tools like ChatGPT actually pick which Sacramento businesses to mention, why your website is now the #1 source for AI citations, and the exact elements and technical stack you need to win those mentions. We'll cap it with a 7-day checklist so you can protect your visibility fast without debating theory. This is the brass tacks episode I wish every local business had 2 years ago. Let's get into it. What's the difference between Google AI Overviews and the Map Pack? Let's do a mental reset. AI Overviews versus the Map Pack. The Map Pack was the center of gravity for local search for a decade. Someone searches Best Dentist Sacramento and sees 3 businesses, ratings, and a map. Clicks go to profiles or websites, calls come from that panel, and you could feed that machine with Google Business Profile optimization, proximity, and review volume. AI Overviews flip the flow. AI answers are answer first. They synthesize, then cite, and they often name fewer brands than the Map Pack shows. You might see a narrative paragraph explaining what to look for in a pediatric dentist, followed by 2 or 3 practice names, a couple of articles, and sometimes 1 map tile. The important shift: instead of users scanning 10 map options, they're nudged to trust the summarized answer and click one of the few linked sources. The downstream effect is fewer choices presented and more power vested in the pages AI decides are authoritative. For call flow, this means 2 things. 1, fewer brand names get airtime. If you're not among them, you lose impressions and calls you'd have captured in a broader map pack. 2, when you are named, intent is stronger. People coming through an AI overview citation or a chat assistant recommendation often convert better because the assistant has pre-qualified you with context. Where does AI pull from versus your Google business profile? Historically, GBP optimization could carry a weak site. Not anymore. AI overviews prioritize web content they can parse deeply. Here's what that looks like. On-page content, clear, specific service pages, FAQs that anticipate user questions, pricing or insurance details, process explanations, and evidence of outcomes. Structured data, schema markup that tells machines exactly who you are, what you do, and who you serve in Sacramento. Authority, signals like reputable backlinks, local press, chamber and association listings, and expert-level content clusters. Freshness, recently updated pages, seasonal hours, new FAQs, and content that reflects current regulations or best practices. Consensus, multiple independent credible sources corroborating your entity, name, address, phone, services. Plus, consistent details across directories and your GBP. GBP still matters. It feeds data to Google and users. But the AI overviews are leaning into web pages that demonstrate clarity, depth, and reliability. Think of GBP as your front window. Your website is the showroom where the sale actually happens for AI. So, how does ChatGPT decide who to recommend locally? While ChatGPT isn't a search engine in the traditional sense, it does pull from crawled sources, trusted directories, and reputable content hubs when it provides recommendations. When browsing is enabled, it can validate in real time. Even without browsing, it leans on well-structured entities. The common denominators are crawlable, clear sources. Pages that are accessible without heavy JavaScript, aren't blocked by robots.txt, and present content in a clean hierarchy. Schema, organization, local business subtype, service, FAQ, review, and breadcrumb schema. Help large language models understand your business programmatically. Entity clarity. Your name, address, phone, NAP, and categories are consistent everywhere. Your brand is linked to authoritative third-party profiles and mentions. Third-party lists and local press. Inclusion in curated lists on trusted local outlets, chambers, associations, or newspapers adds credibility and discovery paths. Safety and quality signals, licenses, bar numbers, HIPAA privacy statements, disclaimers, and policies reassure models and users that you're compliant and trustworthy. In short, if a machine asked, "Is this a real, reputable Sacramento provider for this specific service?" your site, your schema, and your citations need to make that answer an easy yes. People had been asking, why is my website more important than ever? Your website is now the primary source for AI discovery and citation. In a world where assistants summarize and name just a few businesses, your site can't be a pretty brochure. It must speak to machines and humans with equal precision. That means designing for entity recognition. If you're a dentist, have distinct pages for dental implants in Sacramento, Invisalign in Sacramento, and Emergency Dentist Sacramento. Each page should answer the top patient questions, show costs or insurance notes, lay out your process, include outcomes where allowed, and feature dentist bios with credentials. If you're a PI attorney, create separate pages for car accidents, slip and fall, wrongful death, and dog bites, all tied to Sacramento. Include bar numbers, case types, statutes of limitation basics, your intake process, and representative results where compliant, med spas, breakout Botox, laser hair removal, fillers, and microneedling. Add safety guidance, pre- and post-care, candidacy criteria, and pricing ranges. Restaurants. Feature landing pages for brunch, happy hour, catering, and private events in Sacramento. Include menus, dietary options, parking info, and reservation details. The theme is specificity. AI needs fine-grained, credible, and locally anchored proof you do the thing the searcher wants in this city. Let's talk must-have on-page elements. These are the patterns I see on sites that earn AI citations consistently. Unique service pages for each core service, plus Sacramento modifier in the title, and H1. Robust FAQs drawn from actual client interactions and call logs. Pricing, insurance, or financing information. If you can't share exact prices, provide ranges or explain how pricing works. Process transparency. What happens first, how long it takes, what to expect, and how to prepare. Testimonials and case evidence. Highlight quotes or anonymized outcomes with permission. Include review markup. Clear CTAs, phone, text, online scheduling, and form submissions. Above the fold and repeated logically. Local context. Neighborhoods served, nearby landmarks, parking notes, and directions from common highways. When a model sees that you anticipate user needs, disclose policies, and back claims with evidence, it's more likely to cite you as an authoritative local source. Local EEAT, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust, is table stakes in AI-driven search. Here's how to stack it up quickly. Expert bios include headshots, degrees, licenses, bar numbers, NPI numbers if applicable, years in practice, and specific specialties. Address and photos, real office photos, exterior signage, parking area, waiting room, treatment rooms, not stock. Team credentials, hygienists, injectors, paralegals, chefs, list certifications and training. Awards and media mentions, link to local press, best of lists, and association recognition. Policy pages, up-to-date privacy, HIPAA compliance statements for healthcare, disclaimers for legal, and refund/cancellation policies for service businesses. These elements aren't fluff. They are risk reduction signals that help AI and users trust your content and your brand. Now, the structured data stack you should deploy. Think of schema as a translator that turns your site into machine-readable facts. At minimum, implement organization and local business subtype schema, dentist, legal service, medical spa, restaurant, or other relevant subtype. Service schema for each major service page to define exactly what you offer in Sacramento. FAQ schema attached to pages with question and answer content. Review schema on testimonial sections that quote real customers with source and date. Breadcrumb schema to reflect clean site hierarchy. Geo coordinates and areas served to anchor you to Sacramento and neighboring areas. Same as links to authoritative profiles, Google Business Profile, Yelp, Facebook, Chamber of Commerce, professional associations, and any local news features. When this schema is consistent and accurate, AI crawlers can connect the dots between your site, your profiles, and third-party corroboration. NAP and entity consistency is the quiet killer of AI citations. If your name, address, phone, hours, or categories mismatch across your site, GBP, Yelp, Healthgrades, Avo, OpenTable, or other platforms, models get conflicting signals and may skip citing you. Action steps. Standardize your business name exactly. If you use LLC on GBP, use it on your site and major directories. Use the same primary phone number everywhere. Avoid call tracking numbers on third-party sites unless you're using dynamic number insertion that preserves the canonical number. Embed your GBP map on the contact page and include driving directions from major Sacramento routes. List service areas clearly if you're a service area business. For brick and mortar, list nearby neighborhoods and include a map. Clean entities make you easier to trust by humans and machines. Reviews are fuel for AI trust. What matters most is not just the average rating, it's the pattern. Volume, a steady, meaningful count relative to competitors. Velocity, consistent new reviews each month, not bursts followed by silence. Recency, fresh reviews in the last 30 to 60 days. Response quality, thoughtful replies to praise and complaints, show professionalism. Diversity, Google, Yelp, Healthgrades, ZocDoc, Avo, Facebook, OpenTable, wherever your category's customers actually check. Syndicate select reviews on your site with proper markup. Don't copy your entire profile. Feature a few recent and relevant quotes, attribute them, and include the date. Use them on service pages so the praise aligns with the service that might be cited by AI. To build topical authority for Sacramento, create content clusters around your core problems and solutions. Here's a simple model. Choose a hub topic. Sacramento Personal Injury Guide, Sacramento Dental Implant Guide, Sacramento Botox Guide, or Sacramento Brunch and Catering Guide. Create spoke pages for subtopics, costs, eligibility, timelines, risks, aftercare, financing, insurance, how to choose a provider, and local-specific regulations or resources. Interlink spokes back to the hub and to your primary service pages. The hub should summarize and route users and AI to deeper content. When AI sees a connected set of authoritative, local-first content, it's more likely to promote one of your pages in an overview or recommendation. Freshness hygiene sounds simple, but it's often the difference between being cited and being ignored. Add last updated notes on key pages and actually update them quarterly. Keep seasonal and holiday hours synced across your site and GBP. Publish new FAQs based on real calls, texts, and emails from the last month. Note policy or regulation updates. For example, new state requirements that affect patient care or legal deadlines. Freshness helps models trust that your information is current and safe to recommend. Technical prerequisites are the foundation. If the site is slow, broken, or blocked, none of your content advantages matter. Core Web Vitals. Aim for green on mobile. Optimize images. Use modern formats. Lazy load non-critical assets, and streamlined scripts. Mobile UX. Large tap targets, readable font sizes, sticky call buttons, and clear navigation. HTTPS everywhere. No mixed content warnings. Clean sitemaps and robots. Ensure important pages are indexable and included. Block only what you truly need hidden. Avoid thin or doorway city pages. If you serve multiple towns, build real differentiated pages or a single comprehensive service area page. A technically sound site is easier for AI to crawl, parse, and trust. Visual trust assets give you an edge. AI can't see images the way we do, but it does read alt text and file names, and users convert on authenticity. Original photos, exterior, interior, team at work, equipment, food plating, before, after, with consent. Practitioner or owner videos. 60 and 90 seconds explaining your process, candidacy, or FAQs. Office tour. A quick walkthrough helps reduce anxiety and signals legitimacy. Before-after galleries with clear labeling and consent. For regulated fields, include disclaimers where required. When real visuals back your claims, your brand becomes safer to recommend and easier for users to choose. Local proof and partnerships strengthen your entity and authority. Chamber listings and active participation. Scholarships, sponsorships, and charity involvement with backlinks from the organizations. Features in local news, neighborhood blogs, or city guides. Partnerships with complementary businesses. For example, a dentist partnering with an orthodontist, a PI firm with a physical therapy clinic, or a restaurant with local farms. These aren't just PR wins, they are signals that you're embedded in the Sacramento community, which AI models increasingly factor into local credibility. Prompt testing is your new reconnaissance. Don't guess who AI is naming. Ask it and track it. Here's how. In Google, search broad and specific. Best dentist in Sacramento. Invisalign Sacramento. Emergency dentist near Midtown Sacramento. Best PI lawyer Sacramento. Botox Sacramento, Best Brunch Sacramento, and so on. Note which pages are cited in the AI overview. Are they service pages, guides, or third-party lists? In ChatGPT, ask similarly. Recommend a top-rated dentist for implants in Sacramento with transparent pricing. If browsing is enabled, it may cite sources. Record them. Repeat monthly and log movement. Your goal is to move from absent to mentioned, from mentioned to top 3, and from third-party list mentions to your own pages being cited. This testing tells you where to shore up content, schema, and authority. Metrics that matter in 2025 focus on visibility, engagement, and conversion tied to AI surfaces. AI overview impressions and clicks if available in your analytics stack or third-party tools. If not, maintain a manual log of citations and approximate rank search position within the overview. Branded versus non-branded calls. Use call tracking with source tagging to see how many calls come from generic queries like car accident lawyer Sacramento. Discovery searches inside GBP and the trend line over time. Organic calls and form submissions tracked via UTM parameters and call tracking numbers on your site. Pages cited by AI. Identify which URLs are being named and invest more there. Make decisions on what to publish or improve based on these signals, not vanity metrics. Let's execute. Here's your 7-day Search Hijack plan checklist to protect visibility now. Treat this like a sprint. Day 1. Run an entity NAP audit. Align your business name, address, phone, and hours across your site, GBP, and top directories. Strengthen your contact page. Embed your GBP map. List neighborhoods served. Add driving directions from I-5, I-80, and Highway 50, and include a prominent call and text button. Day 2. Publish or overhaul one flagship A primary service in Sacramento page. Include FAQs, pricing, insurance info, process steps, outcomes, or case evidence where allowed, and strong CTAs. Add internal links from your homepage and relevant hub pages. Day 3. Add schema to your homepage and that service page. Organization and local business subtype and service and FAQ plus review. Plus breadcrumb. Include same-as links to GBP, Yelp, Facebook, your chamber profile, and any local news features. Day 4. Publish one authoritative Sacramento guide. Examples: what to do after a car accident in Sacramento, Sacramento dental implant cost and candidacy guide, Botox aftercare in Sacramento's climate, or the Midtown Sacramento brunch guide. Internally, link the guide from your homepage and the relevant service page. Day 5. Generate 5 new Google reviews. Ask recent customers with a direct link and short instructions. Respond to each review with specific appreciative replies. Add 2 fresh testimonial snippets to your site with review markup. Day 6. Secure 2 local citations or backlinks. Examples: Sacramento Metro Chamber listing, a neighborhood association directory, a small sponsorship with a link, or a local charity spotlight. Update your About page with credentials, team bios, and any awards or recognitions. Day 7. Prompt test and tighten. Ask Google and ChatGPT for best service in Sacramento variations, and record which businesses and pages are cited. Tighten titles, H1s, and meta descriptions to include service and Sacramento. Make sure you use the same phrasing customers use. Resubmit your sitemap in Google Search Console, confirm GBP call history is enabled, and add UTM parameters to the website link in GBP so you can track traffic and calls from GBP clearly. Do this sprint once, then iterate monthly on content and schema depth where you see movement or gaps. What not to waste time on in 2025? Keyword-stuffed city pages that swap out the town name and repeat the same thin content. Low-quality directory blasts that add noise but no authority. Stock-only imagery that looks like everyone else. Authenticity wins. Doorway tactics that try to create dozens of near-duplicate pages just to rank. They tend to be ignored or penalized and won't earn AI citations. Focus on substance, structure, and signals that make you safe and helpful to recommend. Quick case study. A local dental practice had a pretty site but thin service pages and no schema. We built a single flagship dental implants in name of city page with detailed FAQs, pricing ranges, step-by-step process visuals, and dentist bios. We added organization, local business, service, FAQ, review, and breadcrumb schema, and published a supporting guide, city name, dental implant, cost, and candidacy. Within 30 days, we observed a clear lift in non-branded organic traffic to those pages, an increase in discovery calls tagged to organic, and, importantly, their implant page started appearing as a cited result in AI-style summaries for a subset of queries. It wasn't magic, it was clarity, depth, and structure. Let's land the plane. Today, we drew a clear line between the old world of map-pack first local SEO and the new world of answer-first AI overviews and chat assistants. We covered how AI chooses who to name, why your website is now the primary source of truth, and the must-have on-page elements. Specific service pages with Sacramento in the title. FAQs, pricing or insurance context. Process clarity, testimonials, and evidence. We layered in local EEAT, the essential schema stack, NAP or NAP entity consistency, review strategy, topical authority with Sacramento-focused hubs and spokes, freshness hygiene, technical prerequisites, and visual trust assets. You also got a step-by-step, 7-day checklist to protect your visibility immediately, and a prompt testing framework to see who AI is naming and whether it's you. If this feels like a lot, that's because it is, but it's also highly doable. The businesses that win in Sacramento's AI-driven search are the ones that move first with clarity and precision. If you want a Sacramento SEO and web design strategy that wins in AI search, book a precision audit at titanaimedia.com. We'll show you exactly what's costing you AI citations and calls, and give you an actionable plan to fix it. That's titanaimedia.com, titanaimedia.com. I'm Zach Henderson, and this has been Sacktown Marketing Mavericks. Thanks for listening. If today's episode helped you, share it with a fellow Sacramento business owner, and subscribe so you don't miss the next Search Hijack breakdown. See you next time.
Thanks for listening to Sacktown Marketing Mavericks with Zach Henderson, where Sacramento's top local businesses come to sharpen their marketing edge. Subscribe for new episodes every week. And if you're ready for a precision audit that can transform your website, SEO, and visibility, visit titanaimedia.com. We'll see you next week.